In a shocking turn of events, new reports claim that a powerful strike near the Belgorod Dam triggered sudden, massive flooding, leaving an entire Russian battalion trapped in chaos. Eyewitnesses describe scenes of total confusion as fast-moving water tore through defensive positions, cutting off escape routes and throwing frontline operations into disarray. But what really happened? Who carried out the strike? And how did a single incident spiral into one of the most unexpected battlefield disasters of the war? Today, we break down every angle of this developing story. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are covering one of the most unexpected and fast-moving developments of the conflict. Reports began circulating early this morning claiming that a strike near the Belgorod Dam triggered sudden structural damage, releasing a surge of water that flooded a nearby low-lying area where Russian troops were reportedly stationed. Although many details are still unclear and claims from both sides are conflicting, initial footage and descriptions suggest significant disruption. What makes this incident particularly surprising is the timing, occurring during an already tense period along the border, where troop movements and defensive preparations have been increasing. As analysts try to piece together the sequence of events, the biggest question remains: how did a single strike escalate into such widespread chaos? In this section, we will set the stage for the rest of the analysis and explain why this event is gaining global attention. The early confusion surrounding the Belgorod Dam incident stems from rapidly spreading reports from regional channels, military bloggers, and unofficial accounts claiming that the dam's structure had been compromised. While official sources have not fully confirmed the extent of the damage, satellite imagery and local testimonies indicate that a significant amount of water rushed downstream shortly after the reported strike. This sudden release of water caught many off guard, particularly troops reportedly stationed near the riverbanks on routine duties. Several sources describe the area as quickly becoming muddy, unstable, and dangerous for movement. Some even mentioned vehicles struggling to escape rising water levels. What further complicated the situation was the limited visibility caused by dust, debris, and the natural river fog that settles in the region. This environment made communication and coordination extremely difficult. In this section, we will examine how such flooding can impact military readiness within minutes. Military experts have already begun analyzing how a strike targeting infrastructure like a dam can lead to rapid and unexpected battlefield consequences. Even when a dam is not completely destroyed, hitting key pressure points can weaken structural integrity enough to trigger controlled or partial water release. In the Belgorod incident, analysts believe the water surge was strong enough to cause local flooding, but not catastrophic enough to threaten wider regions. However, for troops positioned nearby, especially infantry units or those relying on light vehicles, even small-scale flooding can create serious challenges. Muddy terrain traps vehicles, supply routes get disrupted, and soldiers find themselves unable to maneuver effectively. Radios can malfunction due to moisture, and defensive trenches can fill with water, forcing troops to reposition. All these combined effects create operational chaos. This section explains the tactical domino effect following infrastructure-related incidents. One of the most discussed elements of this incident is how an entire battalion ended up caught in the chaotic aftermath. Reports suggest that the unit was positioned along low ground sections near the waterway for rotation or logistical purposes. These areas, while convenient for movement, become dangerous during sudden flooding. When the water surged through, soldiers reportedly faced difficulty retreating or repositioning because the terrain shifted rapidly from stable soil to deep mud. Vehicles struggled, heavier equipment became stuck, and the lack of clear visibility slowed down coordination. Some accounts describe soldiers trying to secure equipment while others attempted to establish temporary high ground positions. The event unfolded quickly, giving the impression of disorder, even though the troops were likely following standard procedures. This section highlights how environmental conditions can overwhelmingly influence battlefield dynamics, often beyond what traditional military planning anticipates. As the news spread, several analysts began questioning how prepared the stationed unit was for such an unexpected event. Military doctrine usually includes protocols for dealing with natural flooding, river rises, or infrastructure failures, but sudden man-made disruptions can outpace response systems. If the battalion was not expecting any major disturbances in that sector, they may have been operating with routine level alertness rather than high alert posture. This means equipment may not have been positioned for rapid evacuation. Observation posts may not have been elevated, and communication channels might not have been optimized for emergency situations. In such scenarios, even well-trained troops can become overwhelmed. Floodwater also reduces the effectiveness of defensive positions, washes away barriers, and complicates the movement of reinforcements. This section will analyze how preparedness levels, terrain understanding, and environmental unpredictability all contribute to the severity of such incidents. The geopolitical dimension of the Belgorod incident adds another layer of complexity. Border tensions were already high, and both sides have been increasingly focused on controlling critical infrastructure, logistics routes, and strategic terrain. Because of this, any sudden event involving a dam, even if accidental or limited, immediately attracts attention and speculation. Governments and media outlets scramble to interpret what happened and whether it indicates a shift in tactics. While there is still no official confirmation regarding who, if anyone, intentionally targeted the dam, the timing raises questions. Some analysts suggest the incident could have been part of a broader effort to disrupt troop rotations or undermine morale. Others caution against jumping to conclusions before a full investigation. This section explores the political reactions and why this incident has sparked intense debate both domestically and internationally. Local residents in nearby settlements described the aftermath in vivid detail. Many reported hearing loud sounds echoing across the region, followed by a noticeable rush of water moving downstream. Social media videos showed temporary flooding of fields, waterlogged roads, and several supply vehicles stuck in deep mud. Civilians expressed concern about the possibility of more structural damage if the dam remains unstable. Emergency crews were seen assessing the area while regional authorities issued statements urging residents to stay clear of the affected zones. Despite the chaos, most reports indicate that residential areas were not severely impacted as the surge was geographically contained. Still, the psychological effect on locals is significant. Living near a conflict zone already heightens anxiety, and an incident involving major infrastructure adds a new layer of fear. This section highlights the civilian perspective and regional reactions. From a military logistics standpoint, even brief flooding can cause serious setbacks. Transporting ammunition, fuel, medical supplies, and food becomes difficult when access roads are submerged. Supply convoys may need to take alternate, longer routes, slowing down operational tempo. In the Belgorod case, analysts believe that supply disruption was one of the most immediate consequences. Muddy terrain makes it risky to move heavy equipment like armored vehicles, and recovery teams may have to prioritize rescuing stuck assets. Drone footage circulating online suggests that at least several vehicles were immobilized in the affected area, although the exact number remains unverified. Commanders must quickly adapt by rerouting resources, reorganizing troop positions, and ensuring that front line units are not left undersupplied. This section explains how logistics complications amplify the overall impact of the incident and create ripple effects across multiple operational sectors. As monitoring continues, experts warn that even if the flooding subsides, the long-term environmental consequences could shape future military planning. Waterlogged soil can remain unstable for weeks, making it dangerous to deploy heavy vehicles or construct defensive structures. Additionally, damaged sections of the dam may require urgent repairs to prevent repeated incidents. Engineers will need to assess whether the structure can endure further stress, especially during winter months when freezing temperatures can exacerbate cracks and weaken concrete. For troops stationed nearby, new protocols may be introduced, including relocation to higher ground zones, installation of early warning sensors, and reinforcement of logistics routes. This incident may prompt a reassessment of how close military units operate to major water infrastructure. In this section, we explore how environmental and infrastructural vulnerabilities can reshape tactical priorities and long-term planning in conflict zones. In conclusion, the Belgorod Dam incident illustrates how rapidly the situation can change in high-pressure conflict environments. Whether caused by deliberate action or structural vulnerability, the resulting flooding created significant disruption for the nearby battalion and forced commanders to react quickly in an unpredictable environment. While the full story is still unfolding, this event highlights the importance of infrastructure security, environmental awareness, and rapid communication during military operations. As new details emerge, global analysts will continue to evaluate the impact this incident may have on broader strategic movements. For now, what remains clear is that a single event can shift momentum, create confusion, and spark international debate. Thank you for watching today's breakdown. If you found this analysis useful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring more detailed coverage of developing stories.